Well, welcome Football Clinic 2018 volunteers. I'm Coach Andrew and welcome to Oliver Citywide Academy. This is the home of the Urban Impact Football Clinic featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers. First things first is you're gonna have to park. Again, we advise if you can carpool, please, the more vehicles makes it a little tougher to bring in all of our families. So if you can, please share rides. We also ask that if you do come and park here to please parallel park within the community, whether that's Island Avenue or Winfred or Success Street. We would like to keep the school lots specifically for our families, for members of the media, for community organizations, and for the Pittsburgh Steelers players themselves. But once you're parked and you're here at the proper time, please come immediately to the volunteer check-in tent. You're gonna see it right here, right off the sidewalk, closest to the gate. Just come right up to the table. We'll allow you to make your name tag. This will be your name tag for the day. And then the staff at the table is going to also write a nice tag on your name tag that specifies what your role is for the day. It's absolutely necessary that while you're a volunteer at this year's football clinic, that you'll have this beautiful yellow shirt. You'll put this on along with your name tag, and then this will be your ID badge for the day. Now that you're all checked in, follow me and I'll show you where you're gonna serve. If you are a registration volunteer, this whole area will be filled with the different registration stations for the students. You're gonna be arriving at 4:30 p.m. and you will report to Sarah Glover. And for all other volunteers, you're gonna head through the gates into the stadium. If you are a volunteer in the games area, look behind me. This tennis court will be filled with games and inflatables. So you'll be arriving between 4:30 and 4:45 and you'll head in right through this gate. Hannah Orihel is gonna be your contact. She's gonna lead up the games area. So see Hannah when you arrive. For all of our field volunteers, that includes group volunteers, station volunteers, as well as checkpoint volunteers. We are now on the field at Oliver Stadium. We've came in through the main gate and you are gonna make your way to the 50-yard line because it's here at 5:30 that we're gonna have a meeting for all of the field volunteers. At roughly 6:15 p.m., there will be an announcement by the MC that the games area will be closing, and at this point all of the families and the youth will migrate here into the bleachers in anticipation of the arrival of the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you are a field volunteer at this time, we do ask that you move to the perimeter of the field, thus closer to the games area, but be ready to man your position once the program has concluded. So I am standing here at the main security entrance into the football field. On the day of the clinic, the fence is gonna look something like this. So if you are a checkpoint volunteer, again, your job is to make sure that all youth entering the field at this point have the proper colored wristband, and that will correspond with their group. Also, make sure that all adults who come onto the field have their proper either volunteer or staff t-shirt and that they are also properly identified. There will also be photographers and members of the media who will have identification. So as a checkpoint volunteer, your job is also to escort youth to the bathrooms, which are directly adjacent to the track. At the conclusion of the program with the Steelers, the event MC will call all of the field volunteers into their positions. So if you are a group volunteer, you are going to head to your proper corral. Now the corrals are set up. There are 4 corrals for the rookies side of the field, which is kindergarten through 2nd grade, and there will be 4 corrals for the 4 groups on the veterans side of the field, which is the 3rd through 8th graders. So as a group volunteer, you will head down to your corral, and your job is now to corral all of the kids that you see with the proper colored wristband that corresponds with your group into the corral. They will be dismissed by the MC onto the field to begin the clinic with the Steelers. So all group volunteers, once you have made your way onto the field, where are you headed? Well, your group leader is going to have your sign for your group, and it actually has the first of the 4 stations that you're going to be headed for. So if you're in the white rookies, for example, you're gonna start at Station A on the rookies side of the field, which is closest to the games and inflatables, and then you'll move always counterclockwise to Station B, Station C, and then finally Station D. Now you will keep on rotating at the direction of the MC until he tells you to stop rotating. So some years that means you'll go through all 4 stations. Some years you might even do a 5th, a bonus station, but just keep on rotating until the MC tells you to stop. Group volunteers, one very important thing to remember is that the 50-yard line, which is marked by these pennants, divides the field into two separate fields. Always remember, you never cross the 50-yard line. Station volunteers, I have not forgotten about you. On both the rookies and the veteran side of the field, there are 4 stations. And those stations are a running back station, a quarterback station, an offensive line station, and a linebacker station. You will stay at that station and the groups will come to you. As a station volunteer, you're gonna help both the Steeler players who are administrating the drill, as well as the arriving groups and their leaders on forming lines, on staying orderly, on doing the drills properly. You're helping that station run properly, and you're helping to keep those smiles on the kids' faces and a loving atmosphere to be created. Now that the clinic has concluded on the field at the direction of the MC, group volunteers, you will now lead your groups back into the corrals that they began at, and then from the corrals, the parents will be directed onto the track and the parents will pick up the kids from the corral. So group leaders, please stay with your kids until the parents have picked up all of the children from your corresponding group. And again, if you are a station volunteer, the evening is not over for you either, because we ask that the station volunteers help form a perimeter that will keep the parents off of the field and away from the Steelers as they try to leave and on the track to pick up their children. Football Clinic volunteers, Urban Impact staff, we are so excited that you're going to be joining us at this year's Football Clinic. Just a few last orders of business. The first thing, please pray. Pray for this year's clinic for weather, that a Steeler would be bold with his testimony. Second, no autographs or selfies on the field. And this goes for both volunteers as well as for the participants. Third, these beautiful t-shirts, you will be giving these back to us at the end of the clinic. There will be bins both at the entrance to the field as well as at the volunteer check-in table. Well, I look forward to seeing you at the clinic, and thank you so much for viewing this training.